this is Carol Harnett with another Work.Love.Play Daily Video Blog. One take as always. And I'm going to go backtracking and answer a few questions. It's been kind of fun. I've been getting a number of questions lately from the video blog, and this is video blog number 8. The first question I got is, why am I doing this? And I addressed that a little bit in the first video blog, but I have been asked for quite a while now to reinstitute a written blog that I used to do. Had about 1,000 people on that and stopped doing it, probably a little more than a year and a half ago due to time constraints. And this has been really the best way for me to get started again. The second question was, why am I challenging thoughts that people have heard me say way in the past about supporting wellness and how you make behavior change and how you can make behavior change? I haven't become a pessimist. I'm still an optimist. I absolutely believe in your ability to make change, and I will support you 100% of the time. But I also know from the research that I'm only going to be successful about 3 to 5% of the time in helping you make a lifetime change. And that's the difference in most of these behavior change programs, is they don't address the issue of lifetime behavior change. And that may not be possible for the majority of us. So I am a researcher at heart and a researcher in origin, and I believe in having open discussions about what we know, particularly what we know that's statistically significant, so we can move forward and maybe discover new ways. And then I had a great comment from someone who I'm going to leave unnamed right now because I don't have his permission to share his name. His comment came on my Facebook page, and I want to keep it in the Facebook page circles right now unless he's willing at some point to let me share it. And he was commenting on my last video blog post, which was on the peer pressure phenomenon and competition, and asked a question about charity. And there's really a lot of great insight in that question. Because when you look at the issue of charitable contributions and these contests and peer challenges that have happened, they've in many ways been really helpful. When you look at the United Way campaign, a lot of companies require you to at least acknowledge that you've read the United Way pledge. You don't have to give. And if you do acknowledge it, your larger unit, your larger department gets credits, and potentially your whole department can win something. And that's a great thing to do, because if they're really smart, what they do in the United Way pledge is they say, here's what you gave last year, here's what your peers did, how many participated, how many didn't, here's what they gave on average. And that is really very closely related to what we were talking about voting and behavior change, which is simply to get you in the polls. All the voting things I talked about have no influence on how you vote. It's just getting you there. And the same thing could be said for the United Way example. By showing you how you did last year, what you did last year, and what your peers did, that can potentially change your behavior. And it occurred to me last night as I was thinking about this before I went to bed, that peer pressure appears to have a good impact on creation of a behavior, particularly one that's very low impact, meaning that it doesn't impact your daily life very much, and perhaps is only needed once a year or no more than a couple times a year, maybe quarterly. So that's there. And then if you look at the issue of competition, to some degree you can say what Warren Buffett and Bill Gates did with other people of their financial stature, challenging them to give at least half their wealth to charity, wasn't too much of a competition. It was their version of peer pressure that most of us can't relate to. It's a one-time decision. You could say it's a significant decision, but if you look at the breadth and depth of the wealth of the people who are involved, even by cutting their wealth in half or even giving away most of their wealth, their children and their family are still extremely well provided for, as well as their own individual causes. And in fact, they can take their challenge of giving away and give it to their individual causes. So that's just some quick answers and some quick thoughts. This is Carol Harnett from the One Take Work, Love, Play Daily Video Blog. And I just want to say that I hope you have some love in your life today, are doing some work, and don't forget to play. Thanks.